We're in Colleton County, South Carolina, chasing down the ancestors of Ginny's grandmother, Virginia Fox Metz. They lived in and around this area for several generations between the 1700s to the mid to late 1800s. Before we started doing some research for this trip, what we knew about Virginia Fox Metz's ancestors went about as far back as the Civil War, and we knew that one of the Foxes had been in the Civil War. But what we found out is that Colonel Isaiah Irvin Fox, known as Zeke, was actually a colonel, and he served in several different battles, including the Battle of Gettysburg. One of the family stories we found said that he was actually wounded at Gettysburg, and he rode his horse for 3 days before dismounting and actually getting some help. But here in Colleton County, what we're really focused on is his wife, Eugenia Williams, and her family. So this is the Pon Chapel at Ease, also known as St. Bartholomew's Parish, and it actually has some historical significance within the state of South Carolina. John Wesley, the founder of the Methodist Church, actually preached here twice in the 1700s.
The Pon Chapel of Ease, St. Bartholomew's Parish, 1706, the parish established by Reverend Nathaniel Osborne, missionary of the SPGAR
1715 parish devastated by the Yamasee Indians. 1725 Act of General Assembly provided for a chapel of ease.
Here on this site is where we find Eugenia Williams's family. Her father, Oliver Perry Williams, and her mother, Anne Caroline Campbell, are both buried here. Her father was very interesting because he was a lawyer who had an office in Beaufort as well as an office in Walterboro. And when Colonel Zeke Fox came back from the Civil War, he went to law school and actually was in law practice at this little building with his father-in-law.
O.P. Williams died April 28, 1881, in the 61st year of his age. This monument is erected to his affectionate children.
Eugenia's grandfather, Archibald Campbell, is also buried here, and Archibald and grandmother as well, Sarah McCants Campbell. Archibald was a very interesting character. He lived in Charleston as well as lived in this area. And he had a life of fairly distinguished civil service. He helped plot the land that is now Walterboro, South Carolina. He also was elected city treasurer of Charleston following one of the Middletons, as in the Middleton Plantation Middletons. So William McCants is also buried here. He's one of the older tombstones that's here. William McCants, along with Eugenia's grandfather, Joseph McCants, fought in the Revolutionary War in the Charleston area, along with Francis Marion, who was known as the Swamp Fox, and the big battle that they fought in was actually called the Battle of McCants Avenue. One of the other old tombstones here could very well be the great-grandmother of Eugenia Williams, and that is Elizabeth Campbell. And here's Elizabeth Campbell's stone. You'll see the beautiful decoration on the top. Elizabeth Campbell says that she died in 1805. The reason why I say that this may or may not be is it doesn't exactly line up with some of the family history. We do know that Archibald Campbell's mother's name was Elizabeth, but some of the family history actually had her dying in their native home of Scotland. Now, in doing some research, we found out something very interesting about Archibald's father. He was actually a sea captain named Robert Campbell, and there are records of him captaining a sloop back and forth between Liverpool and Charleston several times in the 1700s before he died in 1818 in Savannah. One other interesting place that we visited in Walterboro is St. Jude's Episcopal Church. As some of the family records that we have of Eugenia Williams Fox, shows that her children and that she may have actually gone to church here. So we wanted to come by and see this beautiful, beautiful chapel that was rebuilt in the late 1800s. So the Fox family and the Williams family, Oliver P. Williams, both had records of living on the Barracotta plantation. It was about a 7,000-acre plantation that grew rice. The home is no longer standing, but here is a lovely unidentified house that was taken. This picture was taken in the early 1900s. So we came away from this trip with more questions than answers, and definitely we'll have to go back to Charleston and maybe go to the archives there, and maybe go to Savannah.